That's right, man. Welcome to the Big Two View. The hustle does not stop. It's a little past 1 a.m. and we are at the headquarters working. I got my guy MC Buddha in the building. What's up, big dog?
What's up, man? How's it going? Appreciate you having me.
That's right, man. My first question is about the name MC Buddha. Give me a little bit of inspiration behind this. What made you come up with MC Buddha?
Well, man, a lot of people know me as MC Buddha. They also know me as Buddha Man. We the realest out on this side. The name was originally given to me my last year of high school. I had a friend, Chase, and everyone knew I wanted to be a rapper back in the day. Everyone knew that was my dream. I was always writing poems in my journal and in my notebook. And so, as a friendly joke, he started calling me MC Buddha because I've always been a big guy, and people always knew that I wanted to be an MC. So he called me MC Buddha as a joke. But I decided I'm gonna run with it and turn it into a positive thing. And it's pretty cool because over the years my personality has kind of developed to where I'm Buddha-ish. And I used to sell a lot of dope back in the day, a lot of weed and whatnot. People just call me Buddha, and it's a name that stuck. And so MC Buddha is my official name, and it's also a homage to original rap, original MCs. That's why I like keeping the MC Buddha part. But a lot of people and my fans call me Buddha Man because that's the more modern, that's who they know me as. MC Buddha's official, but Buddha Man will pull up on you and get the business.
There we go. Nice, because I was wondering. I see on your social media, your Instagram is the real Buddha Man. So it's Buddha Man, but when it comes to the artist side of things, the MC Buddha is the artist name.
Right. So MC Buddha is a combination ego of an alter ego of Aaron, who I was before, the innocent, shy guy. And then Buddha Man is this guy that developed drug dealer, trafficker, doing all this crazy shit. He's the hard exterior that had to develop so I could learn how to survive in life.
I
Right.
see.
So then MC Buddha is a combination of the two.
That gives me Max Payne vibes. The game Max Payne vibes. So that brings me to my next question. Obviously, I know because I'm with you all the time. I've been with you for a long time. Realist is something that you say. It's something that you post. Hashtag realist out. That's
Right.
probably important that the hashtag is in front. Can you just elaborate a little bit more on hashtag realist out?
So hashtag, I came up with realist out, coined it back in 2015 when I was still working on a lot of my underground music, and that's just how we was living. Realist out, you doing everything real quick. I'm a man of my word. I never make a promise that I can't keep for the most part. And being real to some other people and people in the streets, it means different things. It means you gotta go kill somebody or you about your business or this and that, right? But to me, realist out just means you're authentic. You're being the most genuine version of yourself that you can be at that moment. So that means if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do my best to make good on that. You can trust me for my word. And a lot of people that know me, like you and other people that know me for real and do business with me and stuff like that, everyone can vouch. There's not a person that can say that I've done bad business or that I did them dirty in any type of way. And that's why we the realest out on this side, man, for real.
Facts. The realist out nonstop every day, 24/7, 365 days a year.
Exactly.
So my next question, I've seen you've worked with artists such as Bez Believe. You've opened for a bigger name artists like Riff Raff. Can you
Mhm.
elaborate more on those two artists as well as any other artists that you've opened up for?
Yeah, of course. So Bez Believe, he was the first artist that I worked with that was mainstream. So he was my first big feature that I did, and that was in 2016. And what's crazy with that is because I love Kevin Gates. He's one of my favorite artists and inspirations. And I seen Bez Believe running ads on Facebook. I'd never heard of him before. And I seen him running ads, just got signed to BWA. I'm a breadwinner. I was listening to his song Takeoff or Touchdown that he made with Kevin Gates. It's the one that blew him up. And I reached out to him on Facebook and I was like, yo, man, congrats on getting signed to BWA. I was thinking, I was just listening to that message and nothing was to happen from it. Like that afternoon, he texted me back or someone texted me back on Facebook and I was like, yo, man, I appreciate it. Let's work. And then I paid $1,000. I flew out to Orlando within a month. I worked with Super Cool, who was his producer at the time, had him remake a beat on the spot for our song that we did. So I owned it and shit like that. And had a videographer in Orlando shoot the video that week. or maybe I came back a month later because I recorded with KO and Bez in that studio the whole Buddha Man Genesis album. I recorded in Orlando for the most part. So I was out
Nice.
there working for a couple months on and off, flying back from, I was living out in Lano at the time, but flying back from Austin to Orlando a lot during that time period. And I learned a lot from Bez Believe. The song didn't do a lot itself at the time, but I learned a lot from Bez Believe as far as artistry wise and stuff like that. He's actually the reason that I came up with the salute with the mind reading, because I seen him, I had studied him, and in all of his photos, he was always doing the same gesture, right? And I noticed when I take photos with people, I don't know what to do with my hands. I just be doing whatever. It looks weird. I don't like how my fingers look. So I was just usually throwing up deuces, and it just didn't feel right to me. So I was like, I need to develop something, a signature pose that I do all the time, right? And that's actually Bez Believe was the inspiration for that. So now, anytime you see me, you know what it is. And it's funny because a lot of people in Austin and a lot of people that know me and know of my brand, they all know what the salute is. And they know that's because of Realist Out. And so working with Bez opened a lot of doors in the industry, got me introduced to a lot of different videographers and artists in other states like Florida and Kentucky and Tennessee and places like that. So it was really great. And I still have his number on my phone to this day. So we wanted to work. I know me and you have worked with him and his brother before on legal lean stuff and promo and stuff outside of music too. So it's been really awesome to have that connection as one of my first big connections. And then as far as Riff Raff goes, I've opened for Riff Raff now unofficially, I guess you can say, 2 or 3 times so far.
I was gonna say, it seems like every time I bring him to Austin, I mention, "Hey,
Mhm.
Buddha Man, you want to hop on the show?" And it's a definite yes. You don't have to say yes, but obviously you do. And so, just give a little bit more detail on those shows that you've been a part of, and why you continue to grow and work with Riff Raff.
Well, I can tell you the first time that you gave me an opportunity to open up for Riff Raff way back in 2020 or 2021, I think it was 2020. That was at Scratch House before COVID and before they shut down. That was a sold out show. It was packed out. I was performing with Jay Klein. I had Jay Klein split my set with me because I couldn't afford it at that time, and neither could he really. But together, we're like, well, we both got songs together. We've both been working. We're both trying to get on this Riff Raff show. Let's make it happen. And it was dope because the crowd was lit, riff set was lit, everything was going exactly how it needed to go. And we actually wrote a song before that. After I knew I was going on the show, it was Jay Klein's song Savior. And in there I say money in the rafters like that shouts out to Riff. The crowd went wild.
Nice.
Whenever they got it, you're like, what?
Bars.
And then it was up after that.
Nice.
And then Riff Raff shows are just
It's
always packed. It's always a good time. His fans, people that come to the show, they're always lit. They're always just good people, and they're involved with the artists on stage and whatnot. And that's why I like performing with Riff Raff. We actually got a tour coming up in North Carolina and South Carolina. We're going on a 5-city tour with Riff Raff here at the end of May,
nice.
the 21st through the 25th.
So over 5 years,
yep.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a tour in the Carolinas.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming. A lot of opportunities to that I haven't been able to do because lack of funds or this and that. Like I took my mom for a long time, and then now I've got a girlfriend of 2 years. Help her with her kids and whatnot. And so it's like always like there's something that comes up that's like trying to take away from the music budget. I got my CDL. I've been grinding on the side. Like how I said in the cipher that we did. Real estate. I got to get my damn CDL. Like whatever I got to do to grind, I'm gonna do because someone's got to pay the light bill. Nah, I can't sit still. You feel
That
me?
part.
Realist out, keep it moving like a windmill.
Yeah.
So
next question to ask is looking at your newest album release that you've been promoting and pushing, the Peach Pillows. You have a good amount of collaborations, but also just in general, listening to your catalog, you have a lot of features. So I just want to know about creative process when working on features, and then also creative process in general. Like, is different attitude or approach it? Just give us a rundown on that.
So creative process in general, I usually have I listen to a beat and then after I get a hook or a couple bars and I can build off of it and it sticks, then I want to have the whole song written before I go to the studio, because you keep your budget tight, spending on next, because you could pay anywhere from $50 to $1,000. It's the most I've ever paid for an exclusive beat. So you pay anywhere from $50 to $500 for an exclusive beat. You're paying $50 to $100 an hour for studio time. All right, and I do it at a minimum 3 hours, so I got enough time to record, about an hour to record, and 2 hours for mixing. Because I'm not one of these artists that can go to the studio and record and leave with a song unmixed. That's not me. It's got to be damn near mastered by the time I leave the studio. So I always book a minimum of 3 hours. I like to have the song written and memorized before I go to the studio, just so I can save on that time, cut down on that time that I'm in the booth. I hardly ever write a song on the spot, but recently, within the last couple of years, I found myself in more and more positions writing songs while I'm in the studio. And to be honest, people fuck with those the most for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just because I come up with stuff better, quicker, but all the songs I've written on the spot or freestyled, I've gotten the best responses to. So I don't know why. And as far as feature artists, sometimes I can just hear somebody on a song. I just hear them on the song, and then after I hear them on the song, that's it. It's got to happen. Yeah. Right. I can hear them like the song. I was writing it in the car for several days on my way back and forth to work, like a bird. I just want to fly. And I was thinking, man, CP Looney is melodic and he can rap. He would be a dope fit to this because he also raps about the struggle. So I think with him rapping about the struggle and birds being free, and the theme of the song is like, yo, man, I'm meant to be free. I got to be free like a bird. I felt like he was a good match. And of course, that video did, 23,000 views.